Tricia. And for those who do know me and know this channel, thank you so much for coming back. I love you guys so much. So this video, I really want to talk about mental health in the industry. And the reason I'm doing like its own separate video now is because I have been getting your DMs and I've been chatting with you guys about getting into the industry, which I've loved. And please feel free to continue doing that because I like to help wherever I can and kind of just provide guidance wherever I can. But with that being said, I really want to make sure that those who are interested in this industry and those who are interested in becoming a model and pursuing this fully are really aware and prepared of what they're walking into. And this isn't like a bash the fashion industry video. It's not even about that. It's just more about protecting yourself, protecting your mental health, your spiritual health, and just protecting you. You know what I mean? So this industry can really overwhelm you. It can really take over honestly every aspect of your life because it's all you're thinking about. And once you're in this industry, it's really easy to tie your self-worth to the things that you are not doing. And that's when it becomes a really slippery slope in terms of your mental health. If you're tying your self-worth and your value and how you view yourself generally, tying it to external things, as in bookings, as in response from clients and things like that, it's very, very easy to have that weigh you down and just take you to a place that can be very hard to get out of. And I can speak to this because I've gratefully haven't gotten to that point before in my career, but it's because I've taken a lot of preventative measures that has helped me not get to that place. I've kind of been able to catch myself. If I'm like leaning or like going down that path, I can bring myself back to a more grounded, centered space that isn't overwhelmed by kind of the industry and my career within it. So I can only speak for myself here. I can't speak for other models in the industry. I can only speak based on my experiences. And like I said, it's very easy to feel like you're drowning in the industry. So I kind of figured out things that worked for me. And the thing that has worked for me is making sure that this isn't the only thing I have going for myself. It's a lot easier to stay grounded and very aware of who you are and where you're going when it's not all tied up into one thing that you honestly have so little control over. This industry, a lot of it, it's hard work, yes, but it's also a lot of luck. It's a lot of timing. It's a lot of having the right team around you. And some of those things you can't necessarily control. It's out of your hands. So to kind of regain control and regain a sense of power over your mental health and over yourself, again, speaking for myself, what I've done is throw myself into things that I know bring me joy, bring me peace, keep me grounded, and also help me grow as a person. I know I'm not the only model who's spoken about this on social media. One of my favorite models on social media is Mahala, and she's on TikTok. I'm sure she's on Instagram too, but I know her from TikTok, and she speaks to this topic pretty frequently and very openly, which I think is a huge, huge asset that new models can have coming in. They can look at her content, they can look at my content, and get these tips from people who are literally doing what you may or may not aspire to do. So finding things that you enjoy outside of the modeling industry will help you so much. It's helped me so much, and it's made it easier for me to just flow with the things that are coming in. Yes, work towards them as well in the industry and putting myself in the best place to attract and receive those things when they come in. But also it's just allowed me to flow better because I'm not so dependent on it anymore. So I've picked up a couple of things over the last couple of months, I would say. Oh no, coming up on a year for some of them are things that I've like been involved in that have helped me better manage myself, better manage my mental health, and better manage like intrusive thoughts that may come in regards to less about honestly how I'm doing in the industry and more about how I'm perceived to be doing. And that's been something that I've struggled with the last couple of months, kind of just being worried about how I'm perceived. And I have spoken to my friends about it, and it's clear that I'm not the only one who deals with this, so that was kind of comforting in itself. But it's easy to kind of worry and be so concerned about how people are viewing you, but that literally does not matter. How people view me or how people may see me has zero impact on anything I'm doing in my life. So worrying about how people perceive me is something that I actively work on, but getting into these things that I'm working on or working towards outside of the industry has really helped quiet down those voices a lot. So yeah. So to get into it, I just want to share some things that I've either gotten into or have been doing for a while that have really helped me kind of detach from the modeling industry in a way that makes my place in it feel a lot more healthy. And these things are really forcing me to rely and practice my trust in myself, my trust in the universe, and my trust in my divine path. So one of the things that I've been doing to help me get there and help me kind of practice that level of trust and detach from the industry is reading. I was a really big reader growing up. I was the kid who would read during lunch break. I was reading in between classes. I had a book on me at all times. Like, I just really loved books, and they were a form of escape for me from things that I was going through in my childhood and things I just didn't want to deal with, didn't know how to deal with as a kid, books were always an escape for me. It was always just a place for me to drown out the noise and just get lost in someone else's world, in someone else's mind for a change, which is nice. So I kind of lost that passion or interest for reading once I got to college, because college is a whole other world that you're exploring for the first time as adults. So that was a time in itself. But now I've kind of gotten back into reading, hence in my last video, so I got a bunch of books for Christmas. Like, my family and friends know that I've really been getting into it again. And it really just makes me so happy. Like, I start my day off with a book. I'm reading a book now on the way to work. I'm ending my days off with reading instead of scrolling on my phone. And it's really a great way for me to detach from social media, where you're prone to kind of comparing yourself to things. And also, because I follow so many people within the industry, it's like when I'm on social media, I'm seeing those things all the time. So it's really a great way for me to, again, detach from the industry in a healthy way and enjoy myself while doing it. So that's one way that I detach from the industry. Another thing that I've been doing to kind of come back to myself and kind of help protect my mental health is writing a lot more. Writing is something that I really enjoyed. You guys know that I love to journal all the time. I speak about journaling all the time here. But I used to free write and creatively write all the time when I was younger, and I've recently been making time to start doing that again. And it's been making me so happy. I've been feeling so fulfilled and full. And as I'm writing, and even before and after I'm writing, I'm not thinking or dwelling about modeling. And I'm in really great spirits because I'm not really too stressed about the castings anymore, because it's not the first thing on my mind anymore. I'm kind of just going through life looking for inspiration to write now, versus walking through every moment worrying just about what's coming next in modeling. So it's just another way for me to, again, detach from the outcome of the industry and trust that no matter what I'm doing, what's meant for me will come to me. So while I wait, I can do things that I really enjoy, like writing. Another thing that I've been doing, while I started this last year, I really wanted to become more active. So I started taking pole dancing classes last February. I took my first pole dancing classes, and I did it consistently for about 6 months. And then I kind of fell off towards the end of the summer. I went back for a couple classes and I fell off again. So I really want to start that back again this year, really this month. It's honestly been such a fun experience for me. First of all, you do things that you didn't think you could do. I've always had zero upper body strength, but in class, you build strength without realizing it, because it just feels like dancing. I was getting so much stronger, which was really exciting for me. Pole dancing kind of just brought me back to being comfortable in my body, being comfortable in my sensuality, and being comfortable just being a feminine being. So that's really what, if you were curious, if you couldn't tell, that's what that is. I bought myself right there. I bought myself an at-home pole because I just loved it so much. I haven't been going to classes as often, but I have been practicing here because I have the pool. So that's something I've been doing that I really, really love, and I'm definitely gonna get back into in the class form this year. So I'm really excited about that. Lastly, the fourth thing I would say, something that I want to incorporate into my life this year specifically, I really want to volunteer more. And I kind of realized that once I paid attention to how it felt helping those of you who have reached out to me through here. I just like being able to help with the things that I've learned thus far within modeling and just outside of it. And it's always felt very natural for me to want to help people on their journey, specifically when it comes to learning about themselves, working towards healing, shadow work, and things like that. It's kind of come naturally to me to want to help people in that sense, and then actually help people in that sense. So I really want to volunteer a lot more this year. And I've been looking into organizations that work with young girls of color, specifically young Black girls in the city, that I've already begun reaching out to and kind of want to just do more work with. And I just want to be able to impact people in a way that is long lasting versus temporary, which I feel like you kind of see more often than not these days. I would just like to be a part of helping people more long term, specifically young Black girls. So that's something I'm really excited to implement into my life this year. And that's just another way, and honestly a really huge way for me to protect my mental health, but also help someone nurture theirs. So I'm really excited for that prospect. And I'm really hoping to find an organization or a group that really resonates with me and feels like a safe space for me to explore these things, and are also open to having another set of helping hands. So I'm really excited for that. So yeah, those are some things that have really helped me protect myself, ground myself, kind of keep me on track for where I see myself going mentally and spiritually. Outside of what I want for myself in the material world, I have goals for myself also when it comes to my health in all means of the word. So these are some ways that I've been working to maintain the mental space that I'm at now. Again, this isn't to say that I don't have my moments. I literally go through waves. I'm human. I can have really high highs, and I can have these lows that just feel like I'm in a lull. it can become hard for me to come back out of it. But again, because of things I've learned in therapy and because of these tools that I've kind of incorporated now, once I realize that I'm in that lower space and acknowledge it, I know what I can and need to do to kind of get myself back out. So if you're looking to come into this industry, it's really important to have honestly just other things going for yourself, other aspirations on top of this aspiration, so that this doesn't feel like the end all be all, because it's just not. It's just not. It's just another thing that you want to accomplish in life. And honestly, we change as people so much throughout our lives that this may be something that you really want to achieve now, but as you kind of grow up and get older and just experience more things, you'll continue to have different, newer, and bigger goals that may or may not even have to do with the industry at all. So my biggest tip and suggestion for anyone who's interested in the industry, if you want to become a model and this is something that you are super, super passionate about, 1000% pursue it. Because honestly, if it's something you feel that passionate about, it must be meant for you. That's how I feel about it. But at the same time, have hobbies that you can take some time to do as you're working towards this goal. Because again, putting all of your energy into this one thing that has a lot of variable factors can take a toll on you. So pursue it 1000%. You know, I support you and I'm here to help whenever I can. Pursue it fully, pursue it with your entire heart, but also make time for yourself and other things that you enjoy doing. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. If you have any more questions, or even if you're currently a model and you're watching this video, what are some things that you do to kind of stay in tune with yourself, stay aligned with yourself outside of the industry? Leave those in the comments. That could be really helpful to someone watching this video. And I really hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.